How effective is a rock at nailing in a nail? It was pretty good for a moment there. The hammer, the original tool. From banging things with rocks many hundreds of thousands of years ago to searching tool in your emoji keyboard and seeing the hammer symbol. And despite the nail guns and screw guns and battery tools that we carry around every day, this still hangs on my tool belt. In fact, you can buy this hammer for the same price as these nail guns. However, not all hammers are created equal, and in this exciting episode we're going to look at the pros and cons of some of the hammers in the market today, and by the end of it all I'll tell you what hammer you should buy. Let's start by eliminating this one. This is not worth buying. The handle's a little bit bent, it's quite heavy, solid steel, $15 New Zealand. Balance on that's not great. A good tradesman never blames his tool.
It really wants to pull forward, it's quite heavy. Are you kidding me? It is bent. All you see is my bent face.
Yeah, that's definitely bent. Did that move?
Yeah, that was real easy, to be honest.
That actually helped.
Much better, right?
Yeah. So if you're a builder, you should definitely not buy this. But even if you're just doing DIY every now and then, don't buy this either. It's just gonna make your life harder. I think you should be spending more than $10 US for a hammer. So as a baseline, let's start at $32 US with the Estwing, the classic Estwing. My dad bought me a hammer just like this when I first started building, and I used it for about 10 years before I upgraded. And it didn't die, I just passed it on to somebody else. These Estwing hammers are solid. They're made entirely out of steel with a rubber grip, and this one here is the curved claw, and you can even use the curved claw to get nails started. The only thing that wears out is the bottom of the rubber grip.
Sometimes I used it as a rubber mallet. Used the handle instead of the head.
And because they're only $32, you can afford to just buy a new one rather than trying to get a new handle put on. But that's the thing with Estwings. They have a whole range. They have a whole range with added features, and they work their way up, both in feature and price, as you move up the scale. But I'm going to avoid all that, because I could talk about every hammer in the world and we'll be here for years. And I'm going to step up to the stiletto. So yeah, this is my finishing hammer. It's only a 10 ounce, but I based the price on the graph, $145 US on the 14 ounce. And this could be your entry to the titanium hammer world. Now what's the deal with titanium hammers, you may be asking? It's a lighter form of steel, and that combined with the timber handle is a lot easier on your arm. So you are less likely to get the kind of muscular damage that results from swinging a hammer and hitting nails day in, day out. Part of being lighter means it's softer.
So HB stands for hardness brinal. Pure titanium, it's 120 HB. So like your Estwing would be tool steel at 600 HB, and then titanium much softer at 120 HB.
So you're using less energy to get the same result. And the other benefit is that it's just better balanced. It's not top heavy. I like that. That's one of the things I like the most about this style of hammer. Now there's a couple of things about titanium that people don't like. One of them is that it's generally a softer steel, so you have to consider the potential damage of the head.
When you're using it on nails, which is mild steel, it's also 120 HB. So when you're just doing framing nailing with normal nails, you're using a 120 HB hammer on a 120 HB nail. But if you go to stainless steel nails,
yes,
stainless steel is 200 HB. A softer hammer under a harder steel if you use a titanium on stainless. I don't know, now that I know this, I would maybe be a bit careful when
you're using your titanium. I've heard of people breaking the claws, pulling out nails that are stronger than the steel, or breaking the handle because the handle is made of timber. And also this particular type of timber handle, all the pressure is put on this juncture here. So if it's going to break here. Which brings me nicely to my favorite titanium hammer, the Vaughn Deluge.
Show off.
This is the daily hammer for me. Very similar to the last one in that it has the timber handle and the titanium head, but the big difference is that they've managed to distribute the pressure. The pressure is distributed to the top half of the handle, whereas here it's just at the very top. If you miss a nail, it's going to hit titanium, not wood. And I've been using it for 6 years now, and it's still the original handle. Trying to get the thumbnail.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good.
And let's see what you got with the beautiful hammer. Oh my god, look at that, it's like magic. Show us what you got, Potter. Magnet. Oh my god. The Vaughn hammer strikes again. Bang. One, two, three.
Can you cut this out?
Wait, hold on.
Ready?
Okay. One, two, three. Beat me that time. Now, we're moving up in price to the Boss Hammer. $225 US. And for that, you get full titanium and many features.
You gave me this Boss hammer, which is it's like stepping into the future, to be honest.
Well, I should say, while we're bringing this up, Boss Hammer arranged for me to get this one because they wanted to see what I would think of it. And I tried it out for a bit, but I've got a titanium hammer. I didn't really need it, so now it's his.
It's a very smart hammer. I don't think I'm using all the features that it has just yet. And it's longer than my Estwing, so I need to retrain my muscle memory. Angles there.
So that's the pivot point there?
Those lines would then line up with the edge of the timber. You can go to 25. There we go.
Hey, so it's right. With just your hammer. Full titanium with many features. What are the downsides of that? There aren't many, to be honest. $225, pretty reasonable. It is a little bit more than those other two, but you're getting a full titanium and you're getting all those features, if that's what you want. It is a little bit more top heavy than the Vaughn Deluge, so I think the Vaughn Deluge is better balanced. Also, and you can judge me all you want, but I like the look of my hammer more. I think the Boss looks a bit weird. Next hammer. The Martinez M1, the most expensive hammer, $302 US and 65 US cents. The evolution of the typical carpenter's hammer has led to this. It's a titanium handle with a rubber grip at the base and a steel head. It has a lot of the features that those other hammers had, but the thing that makes this stand out is that it's all replaceable. You can get a different color grip, you can get a different handle, you can get a different head, you can get lighter heads, heavier heads. You can go and buy all these different components and build your own hammer. And depending on what you buy, the price might go up. Now that could be a downside if budget is a big part of your hammer consideration. But another downside, and why this hasn't become my daily hammer, is the balance. This is a very top heavy hammer. And this part's debatable. A lot of people think that you need a top heavy hammer.
Oh,
see what you think.
Wow, hey, so that's steel head on titanium handle, wow.
Sort of optional.
Nice.
Really hammers at home, eh?
Yeah.
Feels good. It's almost the same principle as the sledgehammer. Heavier weight at the end of the hammer drives the nail in rather than your arm driving the nail in. You know, thanks to the technological advancement, we use nail guns now. We don't drive nails in all the time, so having a hammer that is optimal for that isn't as crucial. That's why I prefer a titanium head. But Martinez also offer a titanium head. I think it's only for their smaller handle, but they offer it. This is titanium, the handle is. So you get that reduction in shock to your arm. You can get a head if the head breaks. You can get a handle if the handle breaks. Even if the grip breaks, you can get another one, screw it on. That's why it's at the top of the list for technology, and it's also why it's the top of the list for price. And speaking of price, we're only using US dollars here. Now you may be asking yourself, why is this Kiwi talking about US dollars? Price is a big factor, and the reason I have done this in US dollars is to show you this. What was 32 US? 85 New Zealand. 299 New Zealand dollars. 300 New Zealand dollars. 455, 500 New Zealand dollars. But it doesn't end there. These are the 2018 prices. These are the prices that I paid for these hammers. Now, with inflation, 631 New Zealand dollars. Are we still in the camera? 645 New Zealand dollars. We're out of the camera just about. Now, even with currency adjustments, prices that we get here in New Zealand are just higher across the board, even if you do a direct currency conversion. $1,276 worth of hammers right here. And these are my two hammers. I use this one day to day, and if I'm doing demolition, I use this because it's got the heavier head and the greater nail pulling power. But this is totally unreasonable. No one should spend that amount of money, and I did not spend that amount of money. I spent $800. And when I paid $500 for this, I did it for a YouTube video, and that YouTube video did very well. But if you're not making YouTube videos, I can't really make a case for someone owning both hammers at that price here in New Zealand. Now, I know I said at this stage of the video that I could tell you what to buy, but I think you know what you should buy based on the factors, based on the price, based on what you want in a hammer. Everybody's different. These are just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? What hammers do you like? What do you look for in a hammer? Do you value the steel head more than the titanium head? Do you think titanium hammers are just completely overrated? Do you think there is nothing better than the old Estwing and your extra money could be well served elsewhere in a toolkit? There's an argument for that. You know, I couldn't own all these hammers if I didn't have sponsors. So thank you to Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN that helps you secure your online data. With Surfshark, you still get amazing deals on websites like Amazon and AliExpress, even if they're blocked in your country. You can easily access and unblock streaming platforms. Surfshark helps you stay safe on public Wi-Fi. So if you work remotely or you travel a lot, Surfshark will keep you safe on public networks. And that's really useful for Jess and I because we often take our laptops with us. I might be editing a video, I might have to upload a video in an Airbnb, for example, and I want to be secure, and I am secure when I use Surfshark. And they offer unlimited devices on one account. They also offer add-on security combos to monitor your personal data, check for potential breaches, get real-time breach alerts, and protect your identity. There is no risk in trying Surfshark. They offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. And you can use my code Carpentry, which will give you 3 extra months for free. So thank you to Surfshark for supporting me and my hammer addiction. One thing I've always noticed is every single hammer that you own will say wear safety goggles on it.
Yeah, did you ever?
Well, I'm going to now.
And when? It's not very precise. You're also supposed to strike squarely and avoid glancing blows. So if you can do that, please. If we're really testing differences between hammers,
yeah,
we also should try something that's not a hammer. Steel. Steel pap. Little notch out.
Look at that.
Boom! I might go market these.
How effective is a rock at nailing in a nail?
Not as easy on the wrist, eh?
Maybe there's a height disadvantage going on.
Yes,
you have to crouch down a bit more.
Oh, definitely. This is butchery.